I'm very sorry if this grosses you out. Oh, it's upsetting to me. It's very upsetting. But, oh! Okay. Now, y'all have probably seen rats, you know, snakes eating rats. So, I am going to go ahead and keep videoing this, even though it's rather upsetting to me. And here I am, I have not looked over my head to see if there's any snakes up above. I'm going to take my chances. So now you know that birds have very light bones, lightweight bones, and fluffy feathers. And this snake has the ability to kind of compress things to get the bird in. Also, its mouth, it can unhinge its mouth to open it up wide enough to fit that bird in, and it will digest everything, bones and feathers and all that. There might be a little bit of the bones that will come out later, but you know, it's pretty much gonna, its stomach acid will dissolve all the bones. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't like watching this, but I'm gonna keep recording it. Yeah. I was sitting inside, and every once in a while I was looking out to see if the snake had moved, and when I looked out just a minute ago, I didn't see it up where it had been. And what I saw was something hanging down, and I realized it was feathers. And go around over here. So look at, you know, how everything stretches to make room. We'll see if it gets that whole bird in or not. I don't know. I don't know what happens if a snake has something that's too big. I think maybe they have this innate sense of what's the right size. Well, again, I apologize to those of you with more delicate sensitivities. I mean, it's even bothering me, but out in nature, this kind of thing happens all the time. You know, if we were living in Alaska, let's say, you know, there'd be bears and wolves and stuff like that that would want to eat us. So, you know, it's not just snakes and birds or small rodents. Look at that. It actually, I think it's going to get the whole thing in. Oh my. Well, one nice thing is that this ought to hold it for a good while. A week, maybe longer. And remember, snakes are not going to eat all your birds up. I mean, you know, it'll eat, and then in a week or two is when it'll be hungry again. It's not like us that we kind of keep eating and don't know when to stop. You know, we eat because of emotions and habits that we form, whereas snakes eat because they're hungry. When their hunger's satisfied, they don't eat. Wow, I can't believe it's getting that entire bird in, from beak to tail feathers. And see how its scales are stretching apart to accommodate the bulk of that bird. Golly gee. And look at how it blends in with the rocks and the dirt and the pine straw and everything. Wow. Okay. Well, Snakey, you've got yourself a meal. I'm sorry for the bird, but you've got to eat too, right? I mean, like birds eat bugs. Of course, we don't feel very attached to bugs the way we do the birds. Okay, now, see that big old lump? When you see a snake with a lump in it like that, you know that it's eaten. Or that it's eaten recently. Now what is it going to do? Wow. Oh, sorry. So what it's doing is, notice how the lump is moving down its body. It's sort of, you know, squishing like into an S shape to help push that bird down into its digestive tract. Oh, sorry, I keep losing it. I'm backing up here and not always pointing the camera where it needs to be. Wow. See how that lump is being moved back? That lump was the bird, or is the bird. Golly gee. You know, I really, I did not realize how wide it could open its mouth to accommodate what seemed like, to me, a big enough bird. Okay, so it's headed off away from me. I'm very glad. See how it's got that lump? Look at how slender it is in the front. And then all of a sudden it gets fat. Okay, so it'll be going off somewhere to digest its meal. Let's see where it goes. Last year, the snakes went into the air conditioning casing over there. But I want to see where this one is going to go if I can. You know, I've got, oh, there it's going up over the rocks. Yeah, I was going to say, I've got rocks and bags of dirt. Oh, golly, did I lose it? So it could go into any of those places. Oh shoot, where is it? There it goes, there it goes. Okay. The nice thing is that it's not going to move. See the lump where the bird is? It's not going to move super fast. Not moving fast enough though, isn't it? Okay, so is it going into the woods? Yeah, it is moving fast. I'm glad it's headed that way and not in my direction. Okay, so I suppose it's living in the woods. You know, I could get a stick and pick it up and throw it in a bag, but I just don't want to fool with it. And I'm not even going to walk over there because I've got to step over these rocks and bags of dirt, and I don't want to trip, and I don't want to slide down the little dirt hill and possibly fall. Let's see where it's going to go, because you know snakes can climb trees. I don't think though with that load in its belly that it's going to try to climb a tree. So it's headed into the woods, and let me just say that, you know, there are various animals that might eat that snake. So just because it's crawling off into the woods doesn't mean that it's going to be safe. Okay. Lots of fallen trees in there. So, and of course it's warm weather here now. Alright, well, I am not going to follow it. Bye, snake.